I hope this works. I guess it worked. Yay. Let's see if anybody will come in here. I hope I have sound and everything. Let me check. Set that up. There we go. Looks like I have one person in here. Yes, hello, good morning. I hope you've grabbed your cup of hot coffee. Can you hear me okay? Oh, people are coming in. Yay! I hope you guys can hear me okay. Let me, I guess, pull up my YouTube on my phone. That way I can see if y'all can hear me and I can check comments. So, good morning. Yay. Brandon's Outdoor says loud and clear. BWVA Adventure says hello. Hello, hello. Good morning, guys. Just finished morning chores. Got the rabbits taken care of, the chickens taken care of. Just sit down. Been up since 6 a.m. So, got my coffee and ready to chat with you guys. So, I've been trying to figure out what would be a good time for me to go live. I've kind of done like random lives and looked at scheduling and things like that. And so, this is really the best time for me. And then hopefully other people can come in. If not, you got to go live when you can. So, oh, yes. Oh, Pam. Hey, yes, I know who you are. I was wondering where you had been because I was looking for your videos. So let me go there and make sure I'm still subscribed, or maybe it was popping up and I wasn't realizing that was you. So let me go and check, because YouTube's weird like that. Okay, I'm still subscribed, so that's a good deal. Make sure that bell is on. So good deal. Awesome. But yeah, I know who you are. Awesome. Can y'all hear my son in the background? Is that too loud? He's like playing his little guitar and watching Mickey Mouse. So yeah, I took a little bit of a month break, I guess. School started back. I'm a teacher and it's just hard. I had some videos up, but I hadn't really edited them. So just got back in my routine, 2 weeks of school in, and now I'm good. So you hear him and it's okay. All right. Well, you can't help it. When you got two little kids, I mean, they're going to be loud, and the only other option is for me to hold him. I really don't want to do that. So he's practicing his singing, and maybe he'll be a country singer or something, a musician, who knows. So he just likes, my husband got him, or I guess my mother-in-law got him a little mini guitar. So he loves just like playing it and pretending like he's singing. He sings along with Mickey Mouse a lot. So yeah. So if you have a 4-year-old, you understand definitely how it is. So how has everybody been? How it's Saturday, so I guess everybody had a good week. Saturday for me means relaxing and trying to catch up on any housework and trying to spend time with the kids. Carly started kindergarten this week, so that was a big deal. Super excited about her going to school. She's right in the building next to me, so she gets to ride the bus up to the high school, and she likes that. Started preschool. That's so cute. I remember when Carly, she had stayed with my mother-in-law until she was 4, and then the year before school we sent her to preschool. That way she could kind of learn just basic routines, how to sit at the table, how to function with other kids and things like that. And so I think she's doing good. She got to clip up on Purple on Friday, yesterday, and go in the treasure box. And so she was super, super happy about that because she'd been trying all week to clip up, and some other kids had clipped up earlier in the week. And so she was happy, and I was proud of her. So she had a clip down, I think, on Monday. She was talking in line, and she came home and she was afraid. I asked her, "How was your day?" And she was like, "It was good." I'm like, "Did you get a clip up?" Because we had talked about, Even if other kids are being bad, she needs to behave. And she's like, no, I had a clip down. And she was so disappointed in herself. And I was like, it's okay. I mean, what did you do? And she's like, I was talking in line, going to like recess, I think, or something. And so the teacher made me clip down. I was like, okay. Well, she's like, but the boy just wouldn't quit talking to me. I couldn't help myself. And I was like, Carly, if you're in line and you know what you're supposed to be doing, you got to sit there. If someone talks to you, just do like this and don't talk to them, and then you'll get a clip back up. And so she did that, and the teacher told her, she's like, Carly, I really like how you're being good the next day. And so, yeah. And so, I mean, she wasn't being bad, but I think there's 16 or 17 kids in her class. And, when you're trying to line up, like I'm a teacher, if you're trying to line up or you're trying to do something and a whole bunch of kids are talking and they're not listening, you got to teach them the rules and what your expectations for them are, because you can't have a whole bunch of kids just going down the hallway being crazy. So I understand, but yeah, it wasn't. I mean, I think she said on the day she ended to green again. She got a clip back up because she was good during snack time or something. So it's not a big deal, but I was super proud of her. But yeah, she was disappointed because she had a clip down. So, but I'm not disappointed in her. I told her as long as that's the worst thing she does, I'm not worried about it. But we just talked about how we should act at school and how other kids should. So, yeah, the natives in line, that's for sure. And I mean, I teach high school. I teach chemistry and physical science, 9th grade. So, those kids you can expect, you got 14, 15, 16-year-old kids. They know by that time they're supposed to come in your room and sit down, start bell work, and they know they're not supposed to talk. Or if they do, they talk quietly. And you can say, hey, guys, we're getting started, and they listen for the most part. Now, you have that one or two that doesn't. But, kindergartners, that's a lot of their first time ever in school. Most of them maybe never went to preschool or anything like that. So you got to keep them in line and teach them what to do. So otherwise they'll run you crazy. Because I took my 9th grade down to the elementary to read a book, and they were so good. I mean, those kindergartners were like in their little chairs listening. They got up and moved to the carpet, and my kids were like, whoa, we thought they would just be running and going crazy everywhere. And they were so good. And I was like, yeah, that took that teacher a long time to do that. So, it's just part of it. And they got to teach them, the first week or two, you got to be really strict. Otherwise, the rest of the year, no one's going to listen to you. And that's even with high school. I started this year, I have a policy where I don't have any cell phones in my room. And so when they walk in, they have to put their phone in their pocket. It's like a little shoe caddy. And the first day they were like, no, we don't want to do that. And I'm like, it's not an option. When you come in my room, you put your phone up, and that's how I'm taking roll. And if your phone's not there, then you're counted absent. And after 3 absence, they have to take semester test. And so they put their phone up and they don't complain about it. So you are like those are my kids. Yeah. I mean, and you can see the kids that come from like broken families really easily. They're the ones that are acting out, trying to get attention. And you can see the kids that come from better families. They may act out, but then it's like you get onto them and they're like, "Ooh, I'm so sorry." But yeah, I'm proud of Carly. I'm super excited that she's liking school. She's super excited, and I like that she's right there by me. So if something happens, I can go check on her. The teacher emails me if anything happens. Funny enough, Carly wants to take her lunchbox so bad. She wants to take her lunch to school. I don't know why. Hey, BloodX, thank you for joining in. How are you doing? We're just talking and having coffee. So if you don't have coffee, make sure you grab it. Enjoy. And I'm talking about my kids' first week of kindergarten. So Carly wants to take her lunchbox so bad to school. And I'm like, Carly, our school, you get free lunches. We have, school lunches. They're not the best, but it's edible. I eat them sometimes, grab my lunch. And in the mornings, I already have to make lunch for myself because teachers' lunch, you get the same portions, and it's like $4. And I'm like, for $4, for $5 or $6, I can go over to the Moore's bar and get, or the Exxon, and get some actual like big food, not just like a small little kid's portion. And so I'm like, Carly, you're going to eat the school food. You're not going to take your lunchbox. So we came to this conclusion that after school, she's hungry, so she wants a snack. So she takes her lunchbox for snack. Well, she took cheese puffs, some like sugary cereal, and I think she had a juice box in there. I just said, just pack whatever snacks you want. That's fine. Well, second day of school, she tells her teacher she brought her lunch. And it like clips on the back of her backpack. It's like super cute. And I'm like, okay, you can carry it there. I don't care. I was just going to take it to my classroom so that when she gets off the bus to the high school, she can eat it. And she's like, no, I want to take my lunch to school because I want to take my lunch box. It's part of my backpack. I'm like, okay, sure. And so when the teacher does lunch count, she tells the teacher she brought her lunch to school. So she clips that she brought her lunch, right? And so she goes to the cafeteria at lunchtime and sits down, and she opens up her lunchbox, and she has literally dry cereal, cheese puffs, and a juice box. So the teacher there that does the duty, she knows me because she used to be an aide at the high school. She's like, Carly, that's not lunch. You're going to have to go through the line and get a tray. And so Carly told me, she's like, the teacher told me all I had was junk and I had to get a tray. And I'm like, yes, you have to get a tray. You cannot just eat cheese puffs. I mean, that's just crazy. And so then I'm like, oh my goodness, these teacher probably thinks that I sent my kid to school with cheese puffs, a juice box, and some cereal for lunch. Because, I mean, some parents probably do that. Don't check with their kids. I don't know. But so I email her teacher because I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't believe Carly told him she took her lunch and she has cheese puffs. Yeah, that's her lunch. And thank goodness they let her go get a tray. And I'm like, Carly, dear teacher, Carly will always have to eat a tray in the cafeteria. Her lunchbox is for after school snacks. Sorry for the confusion. No, I did not send my kid cheese puffs in a juice box. So, bye. I'll see you later. But yeah, I was so embarrassed because I was like, I cannot believe that Carly tried to tell them that she brought her lunch and literally took cheese puffs. I was like, because I've seen that before. I mean, some of the high school kids don't even eat nothing. It's crazy. But yeah, so I was like, oh my goodness. I was so super embarrassed about that because I didn't send my kid cheese puffs. But I guess that's part of it. And thank goodness for that other teacher seeing her. Otherwise, she would have sat there and ate the cheese puffs because, you know, she's in kindergarten. She don't care, right? But yeah. So on another note, we just had some baby rabbits born. Hey, Bubba. What are you doing? Yeah, Mickey Mouse is on. Sorry, guys. Go watch it. Go watch the Mickey Mouse. Yeah. Okay. We just had some rabbits born. They're about, I don't know, I just took them out of the nest box. They're almost 2 weeks old. They're like little fluffy balls of poofness. They're super cute. Hopefully some of my students are going to show them at State Fair and be successful. And then we have a mini Rex that we lent out, and when we got it back, she was pregnant. So she was pulling fur yesterday, and she should be having babies hopefully today. I don't know. The person that I lent her to, hey, Smith Family Ranch, good morning. Make sure you grab your coffee. The person I sent her to, it was a youth. He bred her and kept some babies. Said he went she went like a couple of days late. So she's been nesting for a good 2 days. She should have been having her babies yesterday. So I'm hoping sometime today or tomorrow. I'm glad it's the weekend. That way I can keep my eye on her because I think she had problems her first time with one of the babies being a little bit big, and they had to kind of help her deliver it. So, you know, that's part of it. And then since it's cooling off, you know, it's like in the 70s now in the mornings and the evenings and not 90s all the time. Good morning, Herman. How are you doing? Hope you're having a great morning. I got a couple of the rabbits bred the last couple of days, so we should have some September babies. I'm so ready for babies. The summer is just super hot, and I chose not to, you know, put the mamas through that of being outside in the we were having 110 heat indexes, and that's just too hard on the mamas if they're pregnant, and it's too hard on the babies once they're born. So I held off, and I haven't had babies. I had some early June, but now I held off, and we'll have some hopefully in September if they took, as long as the bucks weren't sterile. Sometimes they'll get like too hot, and then they won't have the babies, or they won't be fertile, so they can't have the babies. She's gone Country Farms. Good morning. How are you? Smith Family Farm says nice at 75. Yes. Whenever I was doing the chores this morning, I was up at 6. It was actually a little chilly, and it was kind of misting rain. And so I was like, oh, this feels so nice. The last 2 weeks when I've been out doing chores in the morning before work, I would be like drenched in sweat. And so I'd have to get up. I would get up at like 5 a.m., just go out in my PJs or some whatever clothes, do the rabbits and the chickens, and then come in, shower, and then get dressed for work. So, Sonia, Mental Health and Homesteading. Hi, how are you doing? And then Smith Family Ranch asked, where are y'all at? So I'm in Arkansas, north central Arkansas. So in the south, it's pretty warm. And then She's Gone Farm said it's actually in the 60s here in Illinois. Oh my goodness, that sounds wonderful. I am actually ready for fall. I love summer, but I am ready for fall. I wish I could live somewhere, which I love Arkansas. I wish I could live somewhere where it's just 75 to 80 all the time. That's the perfect little temperature. Not too hot, not too cold. I definitely don't like heat indexes. I don't like it over 100. It's too hot. And I do not like snow or getting cold. So I lived in Montana, and that was too cold in the winter. I've lived in Arizona, and that was too hot. So Arkansas, you have maybe 1 or 2 months of freezing, and then July and August is terrible. But besides that, so Sonia is from Australia. Wow. So y'all are about to go into spring. Y'all had a strange winter. Looking for warmer weather. That is interesting. Well, thank you for coming in all the way from Australia. And then Smith Family Ranch said, I thought you were in Arkansas somewhere. I couldn't remember. Yeah, aren't y'all in like Texas? I think it's hard to keep up with everybody. I need to have a little journal so I can know that. But I know y'all are in the South somewhere. And then She's Gone Country Farm says, me too. Yeah, I definitely don't like the cold. Living in New York would never work for me. But yeah, I traveled a little bit with family when I was younger. So I lived about a semester, almost a little over a semester in Montana, and that was brutally cold. And I was used to Arkansas. If it just had a hint of snow, like it started snowing, we had no school. They'll let out before it even starts snowing. In Montana, it could snow 2 or 3 feet. I think it snowed like 10 feet, and we still went to school. It was awful. So yes, Northeast Texas. Okay, 45 minutes from Texarkana. That I know where that is. My husband works down there a lot, so that would mean y'all are probably, I think we're like 5.5 hours from Texarkana because we're north central. But I know where that is. My husband works there at the UPS center in Texarkana a lot, so he goes down there. So so She's Gone Farm. It says she hates the cold, but I think I'd still live in Montana. Yes, it is beautiful up there. Now, if I could go in the spring or in the summertime, in the fall, and just have I don't know, a summer escape up there, it is so beautiful. I mean, it is definitely, big mountain country for a reason. It is so pretty in Montana. I mean, that's the same thing with Arizona. Arizona was beautiful. We lived in the Stoneman Lake area. I live with my uncle, and he was a doctor, and so he worked in Phoenix some, and then he worked up in another, I forget, but they're close to Stoneman Lake. And Stoneman Lake wasn't bad. It wasn't like Phoenix hot. It was about Arkansas weather, except for they got a little bit more snow. But I don't know. I like Arkansas. We get all the seasons. All my family's here, so that's a plus. All my husband's family's right here, so you can't beat living with the family. But me and my husband have said definitely once we get old enough to retire, and we both retired, we're going to get a camper and a big truck. And then we're just going to go to all the states. So in the summer when it's hot, we're going to go up north. And in the winter when it's cold, we're going to come down south, come into Arkansas for all the holidays so that we see all the kids and the grandkids and just travel and just retire and just, not really have a plan. Just say, hey, let's go. Try to go to all the 50 states. And just when we get tired of one place, just hook up the trailer and go to the next state or the next place and not really plan anything. Just go and just stay in different RV parks. We've even talked about, like before we get ready for retiring, like just buying a small little like acre piece of land in like multiple states. And that way we don't have the fees. And then, if, I don't know, we could always just go and stay on our little pieces of land. And then whenever we die, our kids could sell it and have the money, or they could use it for whatever they want. I don't know. It just sounds like a lot of fun, keep our house here and just travel. The only downside is we wouldn't be able to have all the animals and things like that we really enjoy having. But I don't know. It would almost be worth it because by that time you're going to be older, and I don't know. It's just something we've dreamed about. Who knows? My other dream, if we can't do the RV traveling thing, is just to build a house on his parents' property, which we're thinking about doing that sooner than later. And then just live off grid, have, no hookups, nothing, just take care of ourselves and not have to worry about the government. And, don't have to worry about no one else. Have the U2 family, if it's still around by then, who knows what'll happen. And just, I don't know, just live the simple life, not have to worry about, pleasing people or going to town and anything like that. So, yeah. I mean, I like the animals, but some days I get tired of them too. I love my rabbits and I love showing them, and Carly likes that for 4-H. But we could travel with our RV and have some of the rabbits still. We just couldn't have as many as I have. And I mean, we could make like a little place in the RV for them if we just kept like, maybe a trio or something, and then had things for the babies. I don't know. The chickens, we just got those. We've always had like chickens at my mother and father-in-law's house for eggs, and they've taken care of them. But we have bad luck with coons and then wild dogs just recently getting them. And so we've like tried to border it in and protect the chickens. But I don't know. By the time they start laying, something crazy happens and we lose them. So I don't know. I'm almost over the chickens. We've got some more we're growing out. I just took some more that we'd growed out over there that should start laying. But I think my mother-in-law said they've dealt with this the whole time they've lived down there, because they live in the middle of like 500 acres, I think. And there's just so many wildlife. My husband has traps everywhere trying to catch all the coons, all the everything. It's just hard to predator proof for the chickens, and we can't let them out to free range because I don't know. We have one that survived the dog attack, and it will not go back in the cage. And my mother-in-law has like that decorative grass. It's like really tall green decorative like grass, and she has been going in there and laying her eggs. So we have to go in there and like get through the grass and find her eggs because she will not go back in the pen. So, hey, Flat Earth Forums, good morning. How are you doing? And then I missed another comment. She's going, Country Farm said, I've lived in the country and my neighbor was mad that I had cattle panels leaning against a tree for a few days in the front. Oh my goodness. Yeah, our neighbors probably hate us because we actually live in a subdivision. Yeah. But we have we have almost an acre, I guess, and we have all our rabbits there, and then we keep the chickens at my mother and father-in-law's house. When we're growing them in between, we have them in like a little rabbit tractor, and we had, I think, one for sure, if not two roosters out there. And so for about 2 weeks, the roosters were crowing, and I was like, oh no, our neighbors are going to get so mad. So I was like, we finally, I had a day off and I just put on, and it was so hot I didn't want to transport them when it was 115 degrees. So I finally took them down to my mother-in-law's house because I was like, uh-oh, which thankfully, I mean, we live in Arkansas. There's no like, I don't know, there's not really any codes or HOA or anything like that. So they can't say anything to us if we had chickens. I mean, they can't even say to, like, they couldn't even complain or get us in trouble for having roosters because there's no rules against it. But, you have that expectation if you're living in a subdivision. You really don't want to have a farm right there next to you. And the roosters were kind of annoying because they're right by our bedroom window and they are loud. Where at my mother-in-law's house, they're out in a pen a good, I would say, at least maybe 100 yards away from their house. So it's not as loud as right at your window. And our neighbors are, for the most part, are really sweet. It's just like a little old lady, a little retired couple, a little old man and lady. And then our back neighbor, I could care less if I made them mad because they tried to steal one of my rabbits that got out. And then they try to give it away on Facebook for free. So not very happy with them. So I don't care what they think. But they would probably be the ones to call like on us and try to get us in trouble. But my husband and I have both looked up all the rules, and there is nothing saying, we can't have animals here. And so, we have what we have. But I don't really want the roosters. We just wanted the laying hens. So that's what we have. We've talked about maybe, my husband offered to build like a little bitty chicken coop just for our hens. But I don't know. We don't really have that much area, and they wouldn't be able to free range. So I'm not a big fan of that. I want them to be able to get out and not just be in their coop. And I feel like that would start really stinking, like smelling really bad. Because, I mean, they stink already. I have some in the house right now that are just little babies that we got from Tractor Supply. And I just have them in like a little tote. And I have to clean that bedding out every other day. And it is so gross and nasty. So I can't imagine having like the chickens there. And we had those ones in the tractor, and it was kind of stinky. So I don't really want to stink up our neighborhood. That would probably not get us on the best graces with our neighbors. But, the rabbits, they're quiet. No one, unless you look in our backyard, you can't see them, and you can't like, you don't know they're there. And then I use all the rabbit poop that's on the ground. I put it in the composter, or I put it in my raised beds. I have 2 dogs, and they like to dig in the backyard. So I use it to fill up those holes. So, it is what it is. Yorkshire George, hey, how are you doing? Good morning. Maybe, hopefully, it's morning for you. I don't know. It is 8 o'clock here in Arkansas. So we're having coffee and chilling out. I just finished, morning chores. So just thought everybody would like to hang out and chill. Oh, good afternoon. So where are you from if it's afternoon there? So I didn't know. I've been trying to figure out like what time to go live. Everybody has their like schedule and things like that. I didn't want to step on anybody's feet. I've kind of done some random lives in the past, nothing set in stone. And so, I thought the only time that I can for sure do it every week is Saturday morning. And that may not be the best for everybody because you may be having family time. But I thought Saturday morning works for me. So that's when you have to go live, is when it's good for you. So 2:15 here. Wow. So it is afternoon. That's pretty cool. But I don't know. I like Saturday mornings, and then even days if I have a rabbit show, if I'm there, I can just go live at the rabbit show and show you guys, around. And I have a couple of other YouTube friends that go to rabbit shows with me, so we could have like a little panel and go live on my phone. So I think it'd be cool. Yorkshire, England. Wow, that is pretty awesome. So I had a person from Australia in, and then a person from England in. Awesome. Smith Family Ranch said, I don't think it matters what others will be live. So yes, do what's good for you. And then so does Flatworm. Yeah. I was just I was trying to see what would be a good time for me, and then if there was any other channels that I watch that go live at that time. And the only other times I was thinking that'd be good was maybe a Friday night, because definitely during the week I am super busy and tired, can't stay up. So I thought either Saturday or Sunday morning, but I go to church on Sunday, so if I did Sunday morning, I'd have to do it really early, and then I'd be rushed trying to get everybody ready for church. So Sunday morning works for me, and then whoever can come and hang out can come out. And then if everybody can't, it don't matter. So it is what it is. And maybe I'll be able to pick up some people from other countries and hang out with them, since it'll be, afternoon for them, when it's morning for me. So that'll be cool. Because I know I have a couple of followers from other countries that are trying to do rabbits and send me messages and questions. So maybe they could get on here and, ask me questions live. That'd be kind of cool. So, but yeah, I don't know. It's hard to, there's so many people that go live now, and there's so many great channels out there, and it's hard to find a time. So I'm just doing it when it's best for me, and this is, I think, will be the best in the mornings on Saturday. So I don't know. I think I went live at like 7:45. I think I'd posted on some of the Facebook, YouTube forums I was going to go live at 8. I didn't want to have to rush with the chores. I got up at 6 instead of 6:30. I was going to sleep in, but my son woke me up. So I got the chores done and everything, and coffee made. And I was like, I'll just go live, because if I go live between 7:30 and 8, everybody will, and then people will figure that out, and they'll be waiting on me. So, I mean, I could always wait till 8 as well. So, I don't know. But does anybody have any rabbit related questions that they would like to ask me? I'm trying to work on my series, and I've been really slacking on that. I have a couple of videos that I've done, and I just haven't edited them, or my husband hasn't edited them. I do all the filming, my husband does all the editing, and so he works a lot, and so I don't push him to get the edits done. I just do it whenever it's, film when it's convenient for me, and I'll say, these are the videos I need you to do, and then he edits them. So I try to film a whole bunch at one time, and that way he sits down and edits them all, and then I've got to get better at I would release them all. So I'm trying to hold them back and just release once a week or twice a week. That way I don't I think I went for almost a month and didn't post anything because we didn't have time to edit it. That, or I need to learn how to edit. That could be another option, but I don't know. I'm not very good at that kind of stuff. I haven't even tried. So, I mean, I try to do I'm just doing basic YouTube, go live. I try to do the OBS, and I don't think my laptop can do that. And I need to get a webcam, I guess, on my other computer if I want to try that. But I don't know. It was confusing. I had someone try to walk me through it and it didn't work. Swamp Acres, good morning. How are you doing? I'm having a great morning. Got the chores done, grabbed some coffee, been drinking it. I'm on my second cup already. I had a cup before I went live, and I'm enjoying my second cup. So, which I have 5 people in here and 8 thumbs up. So if you haven't hit the thumbs up, please do that. I'm surprised there's this many people in here. I thought for sure I'd be with no one, but Smith Family Ranch, are you still in here? I just made you a moderator just in case some crazy wackadoos come in. So I watch your stuff all the time, so I know you're good. So good morning, Kelly Smith. How are you doing? Getting started on homesteading. Good morning. How are you doing? Have you had your coffee yet? I know I would be super, super grumpy if I hadn't had my coffee. The kids at school that I have in first period come in and they're like, don't want to get up. And they're like, Miss Branscombe, how are you so hyper in the morning? You need to drink less coffee. And I have like my coffee pot in the back of my classroom, and I'm just like drinking coffee, drinking coffee. Like, you're always so happy in the mornings and so excited and just jumping everywhere. And I'm like, that's the coffee. Otherwise, I'd be like, oh, like y'all. So, like, maybe y'all should drink coffee so you be ready. Getting started on Homestead. I've been up since 6. So not quite 3 hours, but was gonna sleep into 6:30, but my son woke up at 6. So he went to bed early last night. So I guess he wanted to get up at 6. So, but yeah, it's kind of funny. I remember a few years back, I would sleep in, 8 or 9 o'clock. Now that we have animals, I do not want to get out there when it's 8 or 9. It's too hot. So get up early, got to do the chores, and then most of the time I go to work or lay around and drink coffee. So I think now on Saturdays, I'm going to have a lot of fun hanging out with you guys. This is a great way to start out a Saturday and the weekend. Yeah, we're all a little crazy, right? If you're not crazy, then you're boring or dead. But yeah, you have ninth graders. Ninth graders are in that weirdo stage, and they're just like, they don't like school, most of them. They don't want to get up. Most of them stay up all night being on their phone or doing who knows what on the internet. And so, we just had the first week of school, so no one's adjusted to getting back up and doing the routine. I know I wasn't. I still got up early, but I didn't have to get up, get 2 kids around, do the chores, and get in the car and get to work. I leave the house by 6:30, 6:45 most mornings to get to work. And it's different. Like Saturday, I still get up at 6. And then 5:30 or 6, and then do the chores, let the kids sleep in if they can. If not, they're still in their PJs, So it's a little bit different. In the mornings, getting 3 around to go to work is different than just getting up and lounging around the house. So it was hard for me that first week, especially since Carly started kindergarten. I was not ready for that. And I have to walk her in to the school. Well, I don't have to, but I was, just to make sure she knew where to go and make sure she got her breakfast and went through the line. So, which that was so funny. Like, Carly is so short. She is probably like the smallest kindergartner. And so you have like the bar for the lunchroom. Well, Carly is like this, and the bar is like up there. So she's like trying to grab her tray, and so I have to help her. But I've told one of the ladies there that I know really good, and she's like, we'll help all the little kindergartners, and this is where they sit. So we'll see if next week I can drop her off through the line and see if she'll walk into the school. I don't know. She's in kindergarten. I don't mind walking her in. It just takes a few extra minutes. Hey, Freedom Using Farm in Arbor. How are you? Good morning. And getting started on Homestead is getting some coffee. That's a great idea. If you haven't got your coffee, you better go get it. The best invention for coffee was the Keurig. And you know why? While your coffee pot is brewing, you can have an instant cup. I mean, that's what I love it. I love it because I do not like waiting for coffee. When I get up in the morning, I start my pot. Well, on Saturdays anyways, I start my pot, and then I start my Keurig, and then I drink my Keurig cup, and then by the time I'm done drinking it, or half of it, the other pot is done, and then I fill it up the rest of the way. So I enjoy that. But at school, I have a coffee pot and a Keurig at school as well, just an old Keurig. And I sell coffee in the morning, so I have that pot set up, and then I use the Keurig for making hot chocolate. So if I need a cup of coffee after lunch or something, I just pop it in there and through the Keurig and make me a cup of coffee. Pretty sure teachers were run on coffee and snacks. So Freedom said, I'm pneumonia this morning. Oh, phenomenal. I can't read. I'm like, what? I'm phenomenal this morning. Well, that is awesome. I'm glad you're feeling good. I'm glad you're having a great morning. I can't read, apparently. I guess I haven't had enough coffee. I only had 1.5 cups. So I better drink some more. I am so glad you guys are hanging out with me, and I'm so glad y'all are here. If you haven't been to my channel before, this is a new thing. I'm gonna start going live Saturday mornings around 8 o'clock, between 7:30 and 8 is what I'm gonna say. It just depends on, I have to do the chores, and then after I do the chores, I'll pretty much go live. I think I got done with the chores around 6:30, and then I just laid around for a minute. Depending on the day, like if I have a mama that just had babies, then I may take, that's why I'm saying 8. I may have to health check them, and that takes a little bit more time than just feeding and watering the rabbits and the chickens. But yeah, I was gonna do like 7:30, but then I also thought some Saturdays during my rabbit shows, the rabbit shows don't start till 8, and so a lot of times I don't get to the show till 7, and then there's paperwork you have to do and setting up. And so that 7:30 to 8, I think that'll work, so that if, some days I can go live at 7:30, other days I can go live at 8. Hopefully people get a notification, but that doesn't always work. I know that because I have some channels I watch all the time, and I never get their notifications. So you never know. YouTube's kind of weird with that, but I think Saturday morning coffee talk is going to be fun. It's fun to hang out with you guys, and hopefully more and more people will join in, and maybe I can connect with some of our European folks that it's afternoon with them, and maybe they'll have some afternoon tea or something, because I love me some tea. That's another thing. I love my Keurig at school. Good morning, baby. You want to say something? All right, jump up here. Just a second. Say good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, you're on my headset. Here, move your. Say good morning.
Good morning.
Tell them about your first week of kindergarten. Can y'all hear her okay?
Because I can't believe that yesterday, the day before today, we were watching a movie. We got to take our shoes off.
Ooh, that's a big deal.
I know.
Do you like kindergarten so far?
Yeah.
Don't shake the table. But yeah. What else did you do at school?
I also did some work, but it was not that hard.
It wasn't that hard. Did you learn how to write your name?
Yes.
Well, you knew how to write your first name, but you learned how to write your last name, didn't you?
Uh-huh.
That's a pretty big deal for a kindergartner. Here, sit right here. Thank you, Sonia. She's 5. She likes to ham it up. Yeah. So. What have you been doing this morning?
I'm actually just.
You are not 10.
Yes, I am. I'm 10.
Oh, no. Yeah, she's 5 going on 30. You're not 10.
Yes, I am. 10.
Okay. What did you do this morning with your Barbies? She had to clean them. She left one of her Barbies outside, and the dog kind of tried to eat it and got it all muddy and dirty, so she had to wash it. Good morning, Nana Grace. How are you? Hope you're having a wonderful morning. Can you say good morning?
Good morning.
You're not 10.
Yes, I am.
She wishes she was 10.
I'm actually 5, but I'm actually 6.
Okay. Don't put your hands up. They can't see me. So Sonia says she has 5 kids, and they're all different. Yes, I have 2, and Carly is my outgoing little bubbly girl that knows everything. She's so smart, and I don't know, she is my like mini teacher. And then Charlie, he is like my little, I don't know.
A little eater.
Yeah. I don't know, he's totally different. He is very pretty much quiet. He sits over there and just does his own little thing. He tinkers a lot and builds things. I don't know. He is totally different than Carly, though. He would be happy with me just leaving him alone and letting him just play. Carly always wants my attention. She always wants me holding her, and then if I'm holding Bubba, she's like, hold me too. And so they're both laying on top of me. And then she gets mad at Bubba because he lays on her too. So, yeah. Well, and Bubba likes to like tickle her. He's just learned how to tickle, and he'll be like, tickle, tickle. And Carly's like, stop tickling me. Because he's more like scratching you, kind of. I mean, it's not really tickling, but he thinks it is. So, but
if somebody tickles me, I'm going to hit them.
that is not nice. What if they tickle you at school? You're going to get your clip down. I told everybody you got to clip up to purple earlier.
Yes,
and she got...
the family time at school, they was tickling me.
Ooh, don't hit them. That'd be mean.
They did not stop when I told them to stop.
Oh, man.
They were holding me too.
Yep. So, but...
And I banged my head.
Yeah, she fell down and banged her head.
No, I banged my head at family time when they was tickling me.
Oh.
Banged my head.
Oh. Yeah, they have like they have family time at school where don't hit yourself. The elementary kids, the older grades, like 3rd through 5th grade, is like the older, I guess, sisters or brothers to the younger kids, and so they kind of mentor them, and then they do like things together, and the older kids read to the little ones, and I don't know, they do family time. Carly said her family had donuts that they shared, and it was super good, wasn't it? You didn't bring me a donut. So, yeah, being young is nice. I remember wishing and hoping to grow up whenever I was in school, and now I just wish I could go back to when it was the simpler life of just, not having any worries. Why? Well, it's nice being a kid and just not having to worry about bills or anything like that. Carly started kindergarten. She just had her first full week of kindergarten last week. So we started in the middle of the week. And so she's in kindergarten. She's super excited. Hey, getting started on Homestead. Welcome back. I guess your coffee is done. Carly has joined us this morning. She doesn't like coffee. She thinks it's icky, which is good. That means she don't drink mine. Don't do that. That's rude. That's rude.
I once tried it when I was baby. I liked it, but now...
Yeah. So, Bubba is in there playing his little... I don't know what he's doing. He's laying on the couch. He's being silly. So, they said, hello, Carly. Hello, Carly. That's what they said. Hello. Oh, I just tickled you. I gotta get a drink. Can you scoot back or scoot forward? I'm almost out of coffee. Are you going bye-bye? Woo! So, you are getting heavy, girl. Let's see. Sonia said, the simple life rolling around in the mud and just being a kid watching my kids do that. Yeah. But you like playing outside, don't you, on the swing set?
I don't like mud or spiders and snakes.
Yeah, I don't like mud I don't really like spiders or snakes, so.
And crickets. And I'm scared of something that's on the wall. Why do you have that on?
This is so they can hear me. So Nana Grace said her kids drank her husband's coffee until they tasted hers. So I bet her husband probably drinks black coffee like Daddy. And then I drink coffee with creamer. It's super good like that. It's my favorite. I like creamer and sugar, but I do like the little liquid creamers. I like the white chocolate mocha one. And I like
up.
What do you do at school? What have you learned at school? Like, if you have to go to the bathroom, what do you have to do? Do you just get up and go? You ask?
Otherwise, the teacher say, you can't go.
Do you have a bathroom in your room? Yeah, same thing getting started on homesteading.
Bye-bye.
Excuse me. I kind of like the mud, making mud pies and things like that.
Mud pie.
You never made a mud pie because you don't like getting dirty. Both of my kids are like, she likes getting dirty. Both of, like, my son does not want anything on his hands or dirty or nothing like that. Carly isn't as bad. She likes getting dirty. Don't pick your nose. Ew, yuck, that's gross. But we haven't made any mud pies. We better do that. We'll do that maybe later. We can get the water hose out and make some mud. Right now, all we have is dirt. It hasn't rained. It was sprinkling this morning, but we haven't had a good rain in a while. My garden is like wilting and dying away. It's sad, isn't it? Yeah. So I said my kids out to play with clothes on. They come back naked, covered in mud. Have to hose them off before they come in the house. That is hilarious. Yeah. No, I've never hosed the kids off. But sometimes when we get home from school, we'll go check the rabbits, and I let the kids play outside. And we have a little water table, and so they'll get soaking wet with the water table. So I have to bring them in and give them a bath. Yeah, you can hook the water hose up, and like it has little squirt guns. So Nana Grace said, "Life gets so much harder when you have to go to work." Well, the good thing with me is I work at school. I'm a teacher, and so I don't really have to work around the school schedule. Stop sucking your thumb. Because I do work. So Carly has the same schedule as me, but it is hard to, like, I have to get around really fast in the mornings to make sure we all get ready and get out the door by 6:30, 6:45 at the latest, so we can get to school on time. Because Carly's school starts at 7:45. Mine doesn't start till 8, but the elementary starts earlier this year. I think last year they started at like 7:50 or 7:55, and so did we. We both started at the same time. And now they start at 7:45, which I have to be at the high school by 7:30 for duty and like monitoring the halls and stuff like that. So yeah. But so I have to get there and make sure I get her dropped off before 7:30, get her through the breakfast line, and then get to my school, which is just right across the street. Yeah. Carly just plays. I don't know. We don't really. We got some new school clothes, but that's a good idea to change into play clothes. That way we don't mess up our school clothes. It's a good idea. I don't know. We just have everything play clothes. Well, Carly dressed herself yesterday for school, and one of the girls thought she was wearing pajama shorts. I was like, nope, those are regular shorts, not pajama shorts. But I guess it doesn't matter. She's in kindergarten. She can wear whatever she wants. One girl in her class, I think, wears a dress every day. I was like, how are you supposed to let your kid play on the playground if they wear a dress?
It was Molly.
Don't say people's names.
Mom.
Shh, no, don't say people's names on here. Anyways, but I don't know. It's just, I would never send my kid to school in a dress. We have our nicer clothes, but still, they go out and play at recess a couple of times a day, and you want them to be able to play and get dirty at school too. So
Get dirty at school
yeah.
too. You don't want to get your pretty dress dirty.
Yorkshire said the joys of parenting. He must admit his wife does loads more than he does. He just drives. Yeah, my husband actually helps me a lot in the morning. Try not to sneeze. Sorry. But he does help me in the morning with the kids. I just have to remind him. He's been having to get up early and leave for work as well, so I'll ask him to just get them up and can you get them up and get them dressed while I'm out doing the animals? And Carly, we lay her clothes out before she goes to bed, so you just got to wake her up. And she's a big girl; she can dress herself for the most part. Sometimes she can't, so we have to help her. But
My Elsa dress, I cannot get my Elsa dress.
no, she can't get it off. So Nana Gray said that when she went to school, they weren't allowed to wear shorts or slacks, dresses. Yep, that's how it was. I remember my grandma, she was a teacher, and she did not really like us wearing anything but dresses when I was younger. Thankfully, now she's kind of gotten better and don't mind. But I can remember the days of early elementary school where my mom made me wear a skirt or a dress. That's why I really don't like wearing dresses now, and I don't make Carly, but she likes wearing them to church and things like that. Hey, baby. You want? Oh, you want to watch Mickey? Mickey went off, so I better turn it back on for him. What? You want more Mickey? Okay. And then Sonia says, when she was a kid, she had to get out of the uniforms as soon as I got home. Ooh, I would not want to wear a uniform. Yeah, I would definitely not want to wear uniforms. Thankfully, we don't have that. I'm trying to see over there to turn the TV back on. There you go, Bubba. There's your Mickey Mouse. So I don't think any school around here has uniforms. Now, some of the bigger ones in Little Rock and some of the private schools, they have uniforms that they have to wear. We've talked about doing uniforms, but we've never done that. I don't think it would really work at a public school. We do have dress codes, but a lot of times the kids don't follow that. So, but yeah, I don't know. I'm glad we don't have uniforms though, because I don't know. I think that'd be extra expensive for the parents because you would have to have your school clothes and then also like everyday clothes. But I do think that people shouldn't, like the clothing people shouldn't make certain outfits because then kids can't wear those to school. And they should make shorts that are longer for girls. Guys it's easier to find, longer shorts, but girls, we don't want to wear boy shorts. And it's hard to find shorts that are long enough for school. So it's kind of a bummer. And then the legging fad, that's annoying. I hate having to have kids call their parents to get new pants because they wear leggings to school and a t-shirt. So I don't know. So, Yorkshire says that me and the wife could have gone for an all-exclusive holiday over to America for the prices that it cost for us to get 4 kids' uniforms. Holy moly, that is crazy. Yeah, I know one of the schools I worked at was a charter school in the city, and they made them have uniforms, and the shirts were like $30 each, and it was just a polo with the school's logo on it. And I was like, that is just ridiculous. I don't know how people can afford that. So the girls decided to wear 3 colors that matched, and their grades went up and never worried what they were going to wear. Well, that's nice. So I have 2 with autism that go to a special school and have to wear uniforms. It's mainly so everybody looks the same and no one gets bullied. I guess I could see the bullied part. Carly, you're going to flip me over. Don't push. Your foot's asleep? Well, then, here. Yeah, I guess that would maybe prevent bullying, but I still think unfortunately, kids are going to bully other kids no matter what they wear. Um, Kids are just mean to each other. And I don't think they really even know how their words hurt others. And one person gets bullied, and then that bully bullies others. And I don't know. I just don't. I still think that even if they wore a uniform, they would still get bullied because you're going to have different hair, different shoes. I mean, the school where I worked and they had uniforms, they were still bullying, just the same as at public school. But I don't know. I mean, you could still tell the rich kids from the poor kids because you can. I mean, if someone comes in with a 300 pair of tennis shoes versus Walmart shoes, you know, I don't know. I just, I don't know. But it would be some of the kids, like we've had a survey at school. Some of the kids liked it, and so they would like uniforms because they wouldn't have to worry about what to wear. They would just wear the same thing every day and not have to like pick out an outfit. So I don't know. I guess that would be nice, but then you would be wearing the same thing every day. I don't know. So I guess it is what it is. I don't think you're ever going to get rid of bullying, but uniforms might help. I don't know. What do you think, Carly? Would you want to wear a uniform to school? Have to wear the same thing every day and match all your friends? Do you like wearing your cute clothes? Yeah. Yeah. They did like a exchange program where kids could like people could sell their uniforms and stuff like that. So I don't know. But even khakis like were more expensive at even Dollar General and Walmart because I guess they knew that kids were buying them as uniforms. And so a lot of parents would go like a couple of cities over to buy their kids khakis because you could get them for $10 versus at in town they were more. So okay, I'm massaging your foot. I don't really think about what I'm wearing. I just throw it on. I don't know. Hey, Mr. Dutchy Dutch, how are you doing? Hope you're having a great morning. So I just get up and put clothes on. Most of the time I wear some sort of black pants and then grab some sort of shirt to wear, dress shirt or school shirt. Yeah, some people, it's afternoon, by the way. It's like 2 o'clock or maybe 3 o'clock almost over there in England where Yorkshire, George is. It was like 2:15 earlier, so I bet it's probably closer to 3 now. Am I tickling you? Oh, you're in the UK as well, Mr. Dutchy Dutch. So I guess it's probably around 3 o'clock for you too. It's hot. Yeah, it's been hot here in Arkansas. But thankfully it's cooler today. It's overcast. We had a little bit of rain this morning. It's super nice this morning. Hey, how are you doing? Stringfield Ridge Farm. Good morning. And good afternoon to those that are over in England. So, but yeah. So those of you that just came in, I think I'm going to start doing Saturday mornings around 7:30 or 8 live every Saturday morning. That time is what seems to work best for me. I kind of looked at the scheduling and all the other times that were available just didn't work for me. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to do what's good for me. And Saturday morning, most of the time I don't have any plans. And if I do have a plan, if I have rabbit shows or if we're doing something, most of the time it's not till that afternoon. So I can still do the live. Or if I'm at the rabbit show, I'll go live on my phone and show you guys around. Some of y'all may be interested in what we do at rabbit shows. I don't know. I did a video the last weekend at the rabbit show. And so I did kind of walking around. I did some of the judging and some clips, some of the hotel. not a whole bunch, just a little bit of clips here and there. So I got to get those edited together just to show y'all what it's like. Yeah, that's what everybody keeps telling me. Just do what's best for me for going live, and then people will watch or they won't. So I think the if I get more, like if I start doing it every week, then maybe I'll pick up more people that can watch me on Saturday mornings. And then, eight people's in here right now. That's about the most I've ever had. So yes, thank you, Mr. Dutchy Dutch. I did hit 1K maybe a month ago now, and then I was like really pushing to hit 1K before our family day.
Guess
what? What?
I'm not trying to get you
down. Oh.
There's Christy's running around my nose.
Yeah. Yeah, Krusty's. But I really pushed that for our family day. We had it at the Blackberry Patch, and then school was getting ready to start. So I've kind of slacked off. So I hit 1K so I could go live on my phone for that event. And then I haven't really used it that much. I tried to go live on my phone at the last rabbit show. They said they had internet, but they didn't, and my service was not that good there. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere. So yeah, I hit 1,000. Now it'll be can I get my watch time? So that's why I'm trying to do the lives, and I enjoy lives. It's fun reading and talking and interacting with you guys, and I always enjoyed all the lives I've done in the past. It's fun. I just never could set a time in stone. So I think, Saturday morning works great for me. It works good for the kids. They're not too, hyper in the mornings, and they're kind of still sleepy. Charlie can watch his Mickey Mouse while I'm on here. So, Hey, Alicia Davison, you just found my channel. Well, welcome in. We're just hanging out and enjoying some coffee. If you haven't got a cup, then make sure you grab one. If it's afternoon, then maybe grab a soda pop or something. So we're just hanging out. Yeah, 4,000 hours is a lot. So I'm not too worried about it. If I get it, I get it. Again, I started YouTube to document my rabbits. And so getting 1,000 within a year, I'm blessed just to have that. So, what, baby?
Mommy drinks coffee in the afternoon,
Yeah, I drink coffee all day. Yeah, it is fun just to chat. So, Alicia, I am in North Central Arkansas. So, and then Old South Homestead said they're watching while they're canning beef. Yeah, that is fun. Did you raise the beef yourself, or did you buy it from the store and then canning it or preserving it? And yeah, that's what everybody says. Everybody says the live shows help you with the watch time. So, which I was kind of worried though, because my videos, I get decent amount of views on them, and I don't want. Someone said that YouTube won't monetize you if you just go live. So I'm just gonna do it, once a week, and then keep putting out the videos, and maybe I'll get more people to watch me and things like that. So Alicia Davison, awesome. I'm in Northeast Arkansas. That is very cool. So you're probably really close to me. I live about an hour, a little bit over an hour from Jonesboro. So that's pretty cool. But massage my back. But I'm glad everybody came in here. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, again, the whole reason I started YouTube was because I first started just whenever I got rabbits, and it helped me. I videoed when I bred them. I videoed when they had babies. I videoed just documenting my rabbits to help me. And then I started doing some videos of the kids with the rabbits. And then people started watching it. It was weird. I started watching other people. I've made friends on YouTube that I've met up with, and I'm actually friends with 2 people from YouTube that show rabbits, and we hang out at rabbit shows, you know, a lot. And then I've met other people on YouTube that's wanted to get into rabbits, and so I've talked to them about it. I've sold people rabbits on YouTube and went and met them for that. So it's really helped my business and got my name out there. And it also helps, when I sell them, I can show them the rabbit. Like I can say, hey, if you're interested in, my rabbits, here is them from birth to now. And so they can watch them grow up and they know they're taken care of. They can see the environment they live in, things like that. So the best part, though, is the friends. I mean, there are friends that I talk to daily that I've met here on YouTube. I love doing the Marco Polo with them. So it's just fun. And people on here have the same interest as me, homesteading. There's not a whole bunch of people that really understand the lifestyle. Some of my friends that I met in college are like city slickers, so they don't really understand. There are a lot of people around me here, like neighbors and family, that's all we've ever done is farm. Homesteading really is just a way of my life, how I was raised. We've had animals or a garden pretty much my entire life. I just really didn't help much with it. I did, but I didn't really pay attention, I guess. So now I'm just showing the world what I do. I mean, like my garden, my grandparents would have been so disappointed in my garden this year because it was so weedy. But it is what it is. You live and you learn. So, I'm sorry, Sonia. Your mom passed in February. Yeah, and that's the one good thing about YouTube is if something unfortunately ever happens to me, or later on, my kids can go back and watch me, and they can watch all the your foot's asleep. They can watch all the fun memories we have. I'm thinking about doing a couple of videos for the kids, so they can have those and things like that. Rub it, massage it. Mr. Dutchy said, once you start monetizing, it starts getting too much work, and if you have to go to work, it can stress you out. Yeah, that's probably true.
There's a spider on your head.
Yeah.
There's a spider on your head.
Sorry, I was reading. Yorkshire said homesteading is hard way. Chris is my YouTube friend. Found him this year to talk to him all the time. Yeah. I mean, I like talking to people that have common interests. So, okay, I'm not scratching. Don't touch that. You're gonna mess up the live. Yeah. I agree. I mean, my all grandparents, both sides, my side and my husband's side, farmed. My dad still farms. Thankfully, my grandfather, he can't farm just because of health, but I have his knowledge to ask him questions, and I still have my dad to help me. So, your foot's asleep. It's probably because you're sitting on me and like squishing me. So I don't know. It's my journey. It's what I can do. I remember helping the family. What do you want me to do with your foot? Scratch it? Do this? Okay. But, thankfully I still have people that can help me. I was really hoping this year to have my grandfather, stop, Sissy, help me. And unfortunately, he had a heart attack in January and passed. And he had a very good garden. Carly, you don't understand. If you touch that, you're going to end the stream. Don't touch the mouse, please. Yeah. He passed away in January. And so I had talked to him about gardening, but I was hoping he could like mentor me. And so this year I just took it over and did the garden where he's at, like on his property. And that's really hard because it's, 5 to 10 minutes away from me, and I can't get there every day. in the garden in my backyard, I have my 4 raised beds. I can work them every day because I'm right here. And so with the 2 kids, if they're napping, I can leave them inside and go do the garden. And I don't have any weeds in my raised bed at all. It's really nice. And then over there, I get there maybe 2 times a week to work it, and the weeds grow faster than I can work it. It's just really big, and I only did half the garden that he normally did. So I really think I may do the ground cover like some people have done, because like where my tomatoes are, I hoed them. It took me one whole day to do one row, and then another day to do the other row, and then by the next week it was just as bad. And so I just couldn't keep up with it, and so I kind of just gave up. Same thing with like the peas. I just posted that video yesterday. They produced amazing amount of peas, but it was like walking through weeds knee high to get to them. But I mean, it is what it is. So the ground cover might help. If I knew how to drive the tractor, I could make sure I planted them far enough apart so that I could disc between them. I know my dad did that, so I just learned. So, all right, see ya, Dutchy Dutch. Thanks for stopping by. What is your name? Stringfield. I forget. Is it Teresa? Teresa. She said it's hard. We both work 40 plus hours a week, and it's hard to plan apart. Yeah. And then your source says sometimes it's easier just to set it rather than think about it. Yeah, I mean, I planned for the garden. I'd planned how I was going to plant it, but I didn't plan on all the time it was going to take to maintain it. So, yeah, that's what I think. Teresa. Did I say that right? Teresa. And then Old South Homestead said, yeah, we found out it was called homesteading a couple years ago. Just a second, I'm reading. But I had a small farm and raising animals my whole life. Yeah. So I may do the ground cover. I have some family in Florida, and they always enjoyed coming up and getting part of Papa's garden. And so they came down and helped me a little bit. And so I'm going to try to save up and maybe do the ground cover just to save me. And that way the garden looks better next year. And I don't know. I'm just happy for what I've gotten. It's my first year really trying. Last year I did my raised beds, and we didn't have a dog, and the squirrels would eat all of our food. This year the dogs keep the squirrels pretty much chased away. So my backyard garden, I had one whole planter just tomatoes, and they're still producing. They're doing great, aren't they? They're yummy. Little bitty tomatoes, cherry tomatoes. And then And then I had one bed that was just cucumbers, and I would say with my 4 or 5 cucumber plants, we had probably 3 or 4 cucumbers a day, didn't we? We had a lot of cucumbers. I think I probably picked maybe 10 gallons of cucumbers over the time that they were producing. So I was pretty happy with that. And then the squash, I had a bed of squash. I think I had 4 or 5 plants of those, and we did. I mean, they just died. I think I didn't water them enough, or maybe I watered them too much, and then it got really hot. But we had squash. We had good squash, good cucumbers. Tomatoes are still doing great. I tried to do some watermelons, and I don't think I watered them enough. Okay. My watermelons didn't do good. Okay, I'm sorry. The ones over at the grandparents' house, the deer ate them, so no good luck with that. What else did we have outside? Oh, we have some pepper plants. There's some like little peppers on there now. But everything in my raised beds and everything in the garden at my grandparents' house was all I seed started that. So, I mean, I did pretty good for never have gardening by myself before. Yeah, we have to plant some carrots because the the carrots didn't do very good. I think I planted them too late. It was raining so bad here in Arkansas. Hey, Pine Knot, how are you? Good morning.
What's
Um, but I think it was Arkansas in the South, I think in general, maybe everywhere in the US, so rainy. I think I started all my seeds in like early February, but I did not get them in the ground until school was out. It was like May, I think. It was crazy. And so all of my plants kind of got stunted because they couldn't grow anymore. I didn't have any way to transplant them into bigger pots. And so everything was really slow start. And the carrots I got in the ground was late, and I think it just got too hot. It's been so wet. And so I think that's another thing is, my garden didn't do that great, but everybody's that I've talked to has really struggled this year with it being so wet. So, yeah, plant carrots in the fall. That's what I'm thinking about doing. My squash bed, I'm just going to completely pull it up, and I think I'm going to plant carrots there. And then I'm going to pull up where the cucumbers were, and I'm going to plant some turnips because I love turnips. So Teresa said she had a hard time with watermelons. The soil is clay, and we had to put down sand. See, I'm massaging it. My dad lives up in close to Cave City, and they're known for their Cave City watermelons. You can even, I don't know, they have a watermelon festival. So his watermelons are doing amazing. I sent him some of my seeds, and he's had a good year. And he has like a fence. He said he's going to do a bigger fence, but the deer haven't got them. They got something else instead. But maybe I'll just do watermelons up there since it's really, really sandy up there. But I don't know. Don't hit yourself. But Pop grew watermelons on his property and pumpkins. So I don't know. But I did find a secret from Papa. So I did not know this. Everybody loves his garden. Everybody knows before he passed, he had the best tomatoes, he had the best corn, he had his purple whole peas were like a staple at the grandparents' house. And family comes in from Florida, and they would, just be head over heels in the summer for his garden. Well, when they were coming in to help me, I got the garden late and nothing was ready. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is so embarrassing. We had talked about it at Christmas. We had late Christmas, but they were up actually when he passed. And so we had talked, who's going to do the garden? And I jokingly said, hey, I guess I could take it over because I have the garden at my house, the 2 raised beds. It'd be nice to have a bigger garden. And so Kara was like, that would be such a great idea, Elizabeth. If you have time, do it. And then Chuck, his son, was like, yes, I'll help you till it up if you can, he works like really weird shifts. I think he works like third shift a lot and second shift. So he couldn't really help me, but he like tilled all the ground, got the ground ready, and then he planted the peas and the okra. And so I picked it all. And so we kind of teamed it. He did all the prep work, and I've kind of tried to maintain it the best I could. And so they were coming, and I was like, I don't have anything for them. By this time, we should have plenty of tomatoes. Everything should be ripening up, in June. And it wasn't. And Granny was like, hey, you know what Pop would do? And I was like, no, what would he do? And she was like, he would go to the farmer's market and buy some tomatoes and pass them off as his if his weren't ready. And I was like, are you kidding me? Bye, Yorkshire. Have a great day. I was like, are you joking? She's like, no, there's been years that it was rainy like this and his weren't ready. He went to the farmer's market and would buy other people's tomatoes and pass them off as his own. And I was like, okay, I cannot do that because I don't want to, if anybody even goes to look in the garden, they're going to know mine are not even ready. They're like tiny. And so we all had a good laugh because no one knew that. No one knew that he would sometimes have a bad year and just go to the farmer's market or go, get stuff and pass it off as his own. And I thought that was so funny. Bless his heart. He was a funny one. So, but I didn't do that. I didn't lie. I just told them, it didn't work out. It's been rainy. Everybody's struggling. But yeah, and then I told that, and everybody had a good laugh. Everybody was like, that sounds like Pop, and so. Is it still hurting? You probably need to get off of me and go sit somewhere. So. Oh, okay. Yeah, he didn't want to disappoint. And I mean, he did have stuff. He just may not have had enough for everybody because we would have all the Florida family come in, and that's a pretty big side of the family. So he wouldn't have enough, I guess, for everybody. So he would go buy more, especially with the corn. I guess corn would normally not be ready. So he would go down to a local town and grab some corn so that we could have it and put it up. So, and the same thing with the peas. I mean, I guess if he got his in about a month before mine, then the peas probably would have been ready. So, but I froze all of my peas up. I got them fixed up so they'll be ready hey, don't cry. They'll be ready for whenever they come up for Christmas. I can send them home with some fruit and hearts of my labor. So I've been sending them messages, so they're super happy and excited. Anyways, but I have been on here for about an hour and a half. It is 9 o'clock. Don't cry. I need to get, I guess, around for the rest of the day. Your foot is, she's got a bad foot. So, but I'm glad you guys came and hung out with me. I'm going to start doing my live stream, I guess, around 8 o'clock, between 7:30, 8 o'clock every Saturday morning.
I can't even move it.
She can't even move her foot. It's asleep. So y'all have a blessed day and enjoy your weekends. God bless, guys. I'll see y'all later. See if I can figure out how to turn this thing off. Yeah, glad I caught you. Thank you.
I can't move my foot. I can't move my foot.
All right.